So the question that we were working on for our quick write says when you break apart or when you make a trade or whatever you're doing, how do you know what you're going to get from the bank? And I gave you a little bit of a sentence to get you going. You could have given me an example. Notice in that example, I can already tell there's not going to be enough ones to subtract that easy peasy. And I will need to trade for something. How do I know what I'm going to get? Am I going to get 100? Am I going to get 1,000? Am I going to get 10? Am I going to get a 12? Am I going to get 8? I don't know. You tell me. That's what we were working on. Now you got this question down? Almost? Alright, what is expanded form? We did a little bit of the expanded form the first day we came back on Monday. Tiny bit. And then we've done expanded form in my pop-ups. What is expanded form? Did we add that to our glossary? Yeah. Aiden, can you check real quick? Is expanded form in our glossary? Because if not, we're totally going to add it today. Yes? No? No. Sweet. What is expanded form? Ooh. Let's back up. What is standard form? Standard form. We should know what that word standard means. So what is standard form? Kaylee, what is standard form?
Standard form is the number.
Yeah. Beautiful. It's regular number form. I love how you said that, Kaylee. If it was 432, it would literally be a number 4, a 3, a 2. It would all be squished together, regular number form. When we look at normal numbers, they are written in standard form. So if that's standard form, what is expanded form? I guarantee you've written some expanded form in your notebook if you have no idea. The answer is not on my pretty face. Ooh. What is expanded form? Elliot, what is expanded form? It's hard to explain. Did you forget? Lindley, what's expanded form?
It's like if you had 333, 300 plus 30 plus 3.
Yes. Expanded form is when we break apart a number by its place value category.
To find out what's inside.
Yes! We're like surgeons over here. So expanded form, if I'm writing, you're writing. Go ahead, actually, and let's put this in our glossary instead of on this page. So turn to your glossary. If you need to go to the next page in your glossary, that's fine.
The glossary.
Yep, it's at the back. This one's in the back because we're not sharing notebooks. Right, social studies and science, we go share.
Is it the math vocab?
That would be math vocab, yep. Put expanded form, and that is when you break apart a number into its place value categories. And we know all about place value because we've been doing that with our place value drawings, our base 10 pictures. So breaking it into ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and then finally the all favorite millions. I like the example that Lindley just gave. She said if we have the number 333, that's written in standard form, and then we break it into its place value, we have 3 hundreds. Let's make that actually look like a 3. Plus 30, 3 tens, plus 3 ones. So by breaking apart my number, I can see what each place value is worth. Colin's right. It's just like peering into a number. We're checking it out on the inside. Make sure you add the example to your definition, please. All right, so the question that we're going to be working with today is how can I use expanded form to help me add? And the other side. How can I use expanded form to help me add? This is like the midway point. The next step, if you will, until we learn the standard algorithm. I'm sure you have all seen and probably learned kind of how to use the standard algorithm, which is when you stack our numbers like this. And then there's crossing out and ones and blah, blah, blah. Right? I'm sure you've seen this. If not, it's all right. It's called the standard algorithm, which just means that's the normal way to add and subtract as a third grader, as an adult. We are going to get there 100%, because it would be silly if you only know how to add by drawing pictures. That would take you forever. However, I want to make sure you know where these numbers are coming from. A lot of times when people jump right into that algorithm with all the tricks, they don't know where the numbers come from. So this way, by doing expanded form and seeing my numbers like this, I can see what all my numbers are doing. So then when I get learning the shortcut way, the standard algorithm way, I know exactly what my numbers are doing. Does that make sense? So this is going to look very similar to the standard algorithm. We're getting even closer to getting there. Does that make sense? You ready to try it? Okay. I will do the drawing. I don't want you to draw. I want you to only do the expanded form way, because you'll see how they're very similar. So I want you at the top of your paper to write out our equation, which is 292 plus 336. Don't do the T-chart, just write the equation. Yes, ma'am, Catherine. I only want you doing the expanded form, which is going to be what we do on this side. This is the only side you're copying. Does that make sense? This side I'm going to do base 10 pictures, base 10 drawings. We already know how to do this. Don't draw this. Okay? Don't waste your time. We okay with that? So, remember when I said 5 seconds ago, don't do that? Great. Thank you. Alright, so if I was doing this in base 10, you are not drawing this. Okay? I would make my chart. I have my hundreds, my tens, my ones. Draw out my hundreds. Draw out my, holy moly, 9. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, okay, got it all drawn out. Cool. That took me like a whole minute just to draw those pictures. They're not super nicely looking. So we're going to learn the shorter number-only version, which is expanded form. So next to your equation, I'm just going to rewrite my equation, but next to it, I want you to expand these numbers out. So I'm going to draw my arrow, and I'm going to say that number really is 200 plus 90 plus 2. Do you see what I'm doing? We're going to do that for both my numbers. What I'm doing is I'm taking both my numbers, I'm stacking them on top of each other, And I am doing the expanded version of that number. Yes, ma'am. Correct. Yep. Yep. And I will tell you, we're not doing all this. That's why I said we're not doing any of that. Erase all this and get going, please. I will tell you, boys, unfortunately, neatness is not usually your strong suit. Some of you are super neat. Awesome. Love it. Neatness counts. If you are one of my boys who writes gigantic, if you are one of my girls who writes gigantic, this will be a problem. Neatness counts. You must line up your hundreds over your hundreds, your tens over your tens, your ones over your ones. So if you wrote down junkie, can you fix it, please? It's going to be really important that things are lined up. We want to stay organized when we're dealing with large numbers. No, we are still in math. That's why we went at the beginning of the day. So again, neatness counts. Your tens have to be stacked over your tens, ones over your ones. It's just going to make it 100 times easier. And again, I'm all about making math easy for you guys, right? Yes. All right. So if I was doing this in base 10 pieces, I would count up my ones. 6 ones plus 2 ones gives me a total of, not a trick question, 8. Okay? All right, let's go over here. I have 6 plus 2. Can you do 6 plus 2?
Yes.
What does that equal? 8. Go ahead and write 8 underneath your ones that you just added. Your plus signs should be stacked, so we're just going to bring it straight down. Alright, now I'm working in my tens column. If I look over here at my base 10 pieces, I have 9 tens plus 3 tens. How many tens is that total? 9 tens plus 3 tens. Santiago? No. Get out of space and into Miss Miller world. 9 tens plus 3 tens. Just tell me how many tens it is. 9 tens plus 3 tens is how many tens? No. 12 tens. But you're right. Can I squish 12 tens down here?
No.
No. So what do I need to do, Santiago? Trade in how many? 10 tens. I gotta find my 10 tens, circle them, and then put them where? With the hundreds. How many tens did I have left over? 2. Alright, lots of drawing. So let's go over to what that looks like in expanded form. Okay? 90 plus 30 is equal to 120. Oh, wait, can I squish 120 where my tens are supposed to go? No. My advice to you is write it down anyway, and then you can go back and erase, oh yeah, this 100 doesn't go there. My 100 really comes over here with my other hundreds. You see how I did that? Make sure you're doing that on your expanded form. Okay. Back over to base 10. If I was doing base 10 drawings, I'd count all my hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gives me 6. Again, if I'm doing expanded form, 100 plus 200, I know it's 300. And 300 plus 300 is
600.
So now I have another expanded form equation. I have 600 plus 20 plus 8. What is that number back in standard form? Because I like numbers in standard form. Caleb, can you put this number back in standard form? Go for it. Love it. Love it. Do you see how similar these strategies are?
Yeah.
The pictures are doing the exact same thing as my expanded form, but the expanded form is way faster. Now here's a little secret. I'll probably get in trouble for saying this. That's fine. If you like base 10 drawings and you get the answer right every single time with base 10 drawings, do it. Do it. When I give you your test next week and there's addition and subtraction, even though I've taught you shorter ways, if this is the way you are most comfortable with and this is the way you get right, do it. On the EOG, when you see addition and subtraction questions, do it. I don't care. You gotta sit in that room for like 4 hours to take that test anyway. The extra 2 minutes it takes you to draw pictures to get the answer right, go for it. I'm not mad at it. Now, when we are practicing these other strategies that are way faster, you need to practice them. Because if you go out to the real world and start drawing pictures everywhere, they're going to be like, holy moly.
You're strange.
You're strange, or you're taking forever, right? But if you consistently get the question right, and you are doing this, I'm not mad. Because at the end of the day, I just need you to understand. Does that make sense? You ready to try another one?
Yes.
Yes! Good answer, Teddy. Good answer. Alright, Teddy works at Sweet Shop Candy Store. Last week, she sold 178 bags of candy. Probably all to Kaylee. Just kidding. This week, Colin went, and she sold 244 bags of candy. How many bags of candy did she sell over the 2 weeks? Do we have parts, or do we have a total amount? Do we know the total amount of candy she sold? No. So we have parts. So if I have parts, part plus part equals whole, and I don't have this, but I have these two, is it going to be an addition or a subtraction problem?
Addition.
Addition. Let's go ahead and write it. Caleb, it's not raining in here. Please take your jacket off. All right, 178 bags of candy plus 244 bags of candy. On the same page, you can just go down a little lower. If you need to turn the page, you can. This ain't a beauty salon. Get moving. We're going to do expanded form addition. So once you've written your stacked equation, I want you to expand it out to the side. Remember, hundreds have to be over hundreds. Tens have to be over tens. Ones have to be over ones. It should be completely aligned. Alright, we talked about this yesterday. Am I going to start in the hundreds column or the ones column? Or the middle? Lily?
The one.
Why?
Because if like you need to borrow or you need to give it to the tenant, you can do that.
If I'm going to have to make a trade, I want to start with the smallest number first. I don't want to have to go backwards. That would be hard. Alright, so I have 8 plus 4. What is 8 plus 4? Ava? 12. Write it. Write it. And then go, yikes. I can't put 12 in the ones column. What do I do? Raise your hand. What do I do? What do I do? Naviana?
You take the 10 and put it in the tens place.
I take the 10, so erase our 10, and let's add it where it belongs, in my 10s column. Awesome. If I tell you again to quit messing with your hair, I'm going to put it up on top of your head. You heard me. Alright, let's add our 10s column now. So I have 10 plus 70, which I know is 80. 80 plus 40 is 120. Write it. And then go, yikes! Can I put 120 in the tens column? No. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Madeline, what do I need to do?
Take the 100 to the 100.
Yeah, let's move that 100 right over here where it belongs. So now I have 100 plus 100, which equals 200, and 200 plus 200, which equals 400. Now I have this lovely expanded form number. Put that number back in standard form, Naviana. Can you put that number back in standard form for me?
442.
Love. This way is way faster than base 10 drawing. Yes? We like it? We like way faster?
Yeah.
Sure. Alright, let's keep rolling. We're on a roll. Alright, we're going to do this one in partners. Nope. We're going to do this one in partners, and we're going to do it on a whiteboard. I'm going to give you your partner, because I don't trust you yet. But let's set up the equation together. Okay? So let's read it. It says, in 1 week at Pizza Parlor, they made 112 slices of cheese pizza and 639 slices of pepperoni pizza. How many slices did they make in all? Do we know the total, or do we know parts? Parts. Okay, we want to find out how many they made total. So this sounds like what kind of equation? Does it sound like a part plus part, which would give us our total amount? Or does it sound like we're going to start with the total and subtract our parts? This sounds like we're going to add our parts together, because do we know our total yet? No. All right, go ahead and, oh, you're not going to write this down because we're going to do it on whiteboard. So we're going to have 112, which is our one part, our cheese pieces, and then 639, which is our pepperoni pieces.